We're at a time in our country where you live will determine to an important degree whether you have access to moving up to the next level.
If you look back at the American dream, that your destiny is not necessarily determined by your birth, that is truly an American story. So the concept of economic mobility is something we believe everyone has access to in this country, and yet we know that that's not the case.
As a region, we have an incredible civic and corporate infrastructure. We are also experiencing incredible crises. With challenges come the opportunity to be bold and really the mandate to be bold.
We need to break down the silos of housing, workforce, and education, and break down the barriers between neighborhoods and communities. We want to tap the collective knowledge right here. We want to inspire broad collaboration and new thinking.
Affordable and safe housing is the foundation upon which residents will be able to have success in other areas. So if they're paying too much for rent where they don't have a home, it's impossible to really work on those other strategies.
It's up to us, the housing sector, linking up with the provider agencies who have specialty in workforce development and education.
We can't just view housing in isolation. It's about creating new housing opportunities, but also economic development.
A lot of people have jobs and they don't make enough money to live. So workforce development mission is to create jobs that are well paid. And the skills, the technical skills are very important.
We want livable wages, and without the skills that are needed and certifications and the recognition of the industry, we cannot do it.
Social isolation, particularly geographic isolation, is one of the really hard determinants of people's economic fate. And so what we've tried to do in Pullman is bring those resources to the communities. So the strategy isn't like we've got to move everybody out so that they can realize their American dream. It's about bringing the dreams and the opportunities and the resources to the communities and then growing those communities from within.
I'm really bothered by we're always trying to provide low-income children, black children, brown children, an affordable education, right, rather than a great education.
I'll quote one of my parents. She wants her children to receive such an education that nobody knows where they're from. Debate, football, track, AV club, theater club. Those are the things that our students need in order to actually see a robust education.
We still have a problem in the city of Chicago and in this country with race. And if we're going to get at this issue as a city and as moral human beings, we're going to have the courage to stand up to these institutions that practice racism regularly.
We have to learn to be more neighborly to each other if we're going to see our city become a city that could be model for other cities.
Where I struggle, or where I'm deeply troubled, is for me, this is much less an intellectual challenge than it is one of political will and courage. I just don't think as a city, as a state, or as a nation, we are radical enough in our thinking.
Going along the way we've been going along has not worked for certain groups of people. We have to bring a broad set of voices into the conversation and really hear them and try to come up with a solution that everyone can get their arms around.
I really see this city as growing and thriving with its residents, having more conversations like this and working with each other to create a strong, healthy, thriving community.
For us to have a strong nation, we need the talent and potential of every child. Talent is much more evenly distributed than opportunity in our country. We have the haves and the have-nots, and when you don't have a ladder to climb from the have-nots to the haves, our democracy is at stake.